And starting to the bottom right, we have the AxiomAcer player in blue, the former STX Soul Terran it is.
Acer INnoVation.
Such a strong player, considered by many still to be the best player in the world.
He's of course up against a Terran player starting, a Protoss player starting to the top left of the map, formerly known as Tia. For Team FXOpen it is.
FXO Hurricane.
He got the name from his mom, suggested to him he should use the name Hurricane, portray power. And this is, you know, as described before, a two-player map with a fairly short rush distance, so it's a lot easier for Terrans to be aggressive on this map. As you can see, that's kind of a common third base location. There's two third base locations you can choose, depending on how you're going to play the style. If you want to expand towards your opponent because you're being aggressive, that's one thing you could do, or you can expand away from your opponent as well.
Exactly, especially in matchups with Zerg, for example, this is something that will really come into play. And as for now, we have our Terran player starting things off with the command center first, going for the 14 CC, so INnoVation dropping that CC right away. And on the other hand, of course, Hurricane, let's see how fast he's going to scout and if he's trying to be a little bit aggressive here. But so far, not a single probe out there.
Yeah, no single scout. He's trying to get his economy up as much as he can, and he's also taken just one gas, not two, which will give him a faster nexus, which is going to be good for him to counteract what he's going to see eventually. But if he doesn't scout, then he may find himself behind.
And just talking about the players in general a little bit, we mentioned of course already that INnoVation just recently at the WCS finals was a little bit unlucky or unfortunate going up against strong Protoss players that defeated him. But just in general, talking about this player, he has a 67% win ratio against Protoss, 31 maps won and 15 lost. You could consider this one of his weaker matchups, but just the level of play or the skill level of the opponents that he faced is incredible. The problem for him really being that Hurricane is a specialist in this matchup. He played only 20 maps, but he won 74% of them, which is really incredible, especially since he's a little bit on a roll here these days. And let's see if Hurricane can actually make this happen. INnoVation definitely the more accomplished player, but yeah, Hurricane is someone who could give this win to FXOpen in the first game.
He absolutely could, and he's done some subtle things in this very early game here. One of which was canceling his Zealot as soon as the SCV came in. With that SCV scout, he was pretty confident he's not going to face a Reaper, and he doesn't even want to get the scout. He just wants to put his Nexus down faster. He then also hid his third pylon to the left away from the SCV, which could scare INnoVation into thinking that there's a proxy, because he checked the entire base, saw only 2 pylons. So that's something that's going to be on his mind here as he gets this bunker up at his natural.
And right now, INnoVation, of course, just with the, as you said, with the bunker here at the front, it gives him a little bit more safety. If you go for such an aggressive build where you go into a command center right away, or let's say greedy build, then you have to have a little bit of safety there. We've seen a lot of Protoss players these days who really try to rush out that first gateway, drop it really early to apply pressure right from the start. And if that would have happened in this game, then INnoVation would have already struggled. So the bunker gives him a lot of safety here. And we're going to find out how exactly INnoVation is going to deal with whatever Hurricane throws his way, which is, in this case, actually a Stargate.
Yeah, not proxied at all. These 3 Marines here are not going to be able to get a whole lot done unless Hurricane does not micro properly. In this case, taking a lot of damage on that Stalker. He shouldn't lose it, but this is actually a good trade already. Wow, is he going to...
That is actually
He's going to lose the Stalker almost. Oh my god.
Wow, that was crazy. I mean, the Marines should all die here, but losing this many hit points on the Stalker, only 2 left. He could have lost it there. And that's a big, big problem for him now.
Yeah, he's actually even a little bit reluctant to engage because he's scared there might be more Marines. That's terrible for Hurricane. Really good for INnoVation. The Forge is going up back at home. It's going to allow him to start those upgrades very early and also get cannons if he needs to.
Spreading out the Marines, hiding them immediately, trying to make sure that those Stalkers are not able to take all of them out, and it looks like it's going to work. The Marines' damage here, on the other hand, is of course a little bit of an issue if you're going up against an Oracle, but with this many barracks already at home, INnoVation will have the amount of Marines that he needs to deal with this. We have Stim on the way, the first engineering base already being built, and with the bunker already fully manned with 4 Marines. There shouldn't be a problem for INnoVation to deal with the Oracle harass as long as he sees it coming in early.
Exactly. If his Marines are in the right spot, there should be no problem for him. He also has his engineering bay nearly completed, which will allow him to build turrets after he sees this. Probably won't build them blindly, but the Marines might even spot this Oracle, actually, the way that it's running right now. Nice. I think he will.
Really good scan here. Sees the Stargate, so at this point he already knows what's coming his way. He can prepare accordingly. Second Oracle is already being built, so Hurricane is trying to get as much aggression with this as he possibly can. The Marines can already move into position. And we have the first missile turret, as you already pointed out. The Marines finally going down, but here comes the Oracle, and Marines in position trying to chase it away.
He's going to kill one SCV, delay the starport, and it looks like that's all he's going to get here. Well, unless INnoVation is not paying attention. Oh, that turret may be the end of this Oracle. One more shot.
Oh, wow. 4 points.
That was very close.
That was definitely a close one, but you can already see that Hurricane is not getting a whole lot done here. INnoVation in a really good defensive position, and the command center first that he has here, definitely something that works. But we see for Hurricane, one of the strategies that we have a lot these days, he's rushing out the Templar Archive, and that gives him so many options. With the +1 armor upgrade that he's currently getting in the charge, he can go into charge zealots with Archon, and always that Storm upgrade is just so close. And if you get Storm this early in the game, oh my god.
He loses both Oracles for nothing, and this is probably game ending. I mean, he's got nothing now, except his Mothership Core. He can hide behind it for a while.
As I said already earlier, I mean, if you get, for example, the Storm out then later, and you are able to get it this fast with the help of the Mothership Core, you're in a great position. But if you lose all your harass potential this early in the game, the Terran player might just pressure you too much. For now, it doesn't really look like INnoVation is going to go for it. And even if he would, I feel with the Mothership Core and the Photon Overcharge, Hurricane would still be in a position where he can defend, but losing those 2 Oracles, definitely a big hit.
Yeah, and now the Medivacs are out. If he overcharges the Natural, he's going to also have to overcharge the main base because he's going to be under fire there. And it looks like it may be as early as now. He boosts the Medivacs here just to follow the army. And the army of Hurricane is getting better. It is getting stronger. He's about to have charge. He does have a few Archons coming out, even making a Void Ray right now, but this is just going to be very annoying. He has to split his army perfectly here. Yeah,
the Oracles just, losing the Oracles just made sure that there is now a lot of momentum going for INnoVation, and that's something that he uses here. But Hurricane is still playing this as safe as he possibly can, just trying to defend for now and building up his army. The +1 armor upgrade that you always want to get if you rely on this many Zealots in the early game is not done just yet, but definitely INnoVation at this point in time, the one who's calling the shots.
Yeah, and he has the Ghost Academy finish, which I think is the most important thing to note here, because without that, maybe some good Storms, maybe some good engagements with the Templar could help him out. There's very few Marauders in this army too, don't forget, so these hit points on the Marines not really going to last too long against the Zealots, and he doesn't have his armor just yet, so this could be a problem if he engages out in the open field.
One of the biggest problems for Hurricane is that INnoVation is just on top with everything that he does right now. He has the Ghost, as you pointed out, with the Ghost Academy done. He's getting his 3rd base. Didn't see that pylon just yet, so Hurricane definitely knows what's coming. But just in general, INnoVation with really good decision making. Oh my god, attacking up that choke point is not something that Hurricane should do.
He's miscontrolling here so much, giving away so many free Zealots, and INnoVation could be so happy about that right now. And a few Warpins over here on the right side. He really wants to commit to this engagement with Archons and +2 armor. But I think INnoVation is ready. He doesn't have any bunkers, don't forget.
It's just a matter of position, and Hurricane just doesn't have the position he needs. He cannot attack into a funnel like this if INnoVation is already in position to defend. And now he's trying to make it happen once again. He really needs to break through. Hurricane kind of has to do something now, but with the position that he's in, those EMPs will be devastating.
Yep, here we go. The Ghost at the front here. Where are the EMPs? He hasn't dropped any just yet. He can whenever he wants to, but it looks like most of the Protoss army is already gone, and there come the EMPs.
Yeah, EMPs moving in, but I don't think that he had too many Ghosts with already enough energy, but the rest of the army is already moving in. The Mothership Core is gone. Most of the Zealots just evaporated. The Archons going down, and so much DPS, the 50 supply lead already for INnoVation. And Hurricane, oh my god.
INnoVation crushing this. If the Archons had just a little bit more support, this would have been a totally different story. They might as well turn around and fight now and kill some of these Marines, because running away here is just not going to work out. He loses another one. The last one here is so low on shields. And I think this is the nail in the coffin, because INnoVation has a 3rd base completed, and he's got the better army by far.
The only thing that looks more silly than an Overlord or a Queen running away is an Archon, and that's what we just saw there. The rest of the army is trying to hightail it out, but we don't even have the 3rd base. INnoVation didn't have to cancel that 3rd CC that is building at the bottom left, bottom right, so he's in a great position. A 70 supply lead alone. Look at the army supply here. That is just insanity.
It's insanity indeed. Here come the Archons trying to finish off some of these Red Marines. Just too good of a split, though, from INnoVation. That's it.